Hey guys, what's up? Let me apologise first off for everybody expecting a Jeep video last week. We just ran into a parts issue. We were waiting on stuff and it just didn't arrive, so we've got it here now. And even though it says Amazon on the box, it did not come from Amazon, it come from Jeep Parts UK. So I'm going to get this unpacked and yeah, let's get into it. Well, wow, it is a new day and things are moving on. We have got the starter motor sorted and it is spinning the engine over much better now. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm just getting everything bolted on under here that needs to go on now, and then I'll get this fender and everything on and then we'll take it from there. I may time it up before I put the fender on, I'm not sure yet, but we'll see. But the other thing we've got done is now got the thermocouple in for the temperature gauge, and that's done now. Oil pressure gauge is hooked up. All the gauges are done at this point except for the fuel gauge. Still got to put the gas tank in there, so sort that out shortly. But yeah, getting that starter figured out has been a big win for today. Very simple, basically. It was just where the new brushes had been put into it, the insulator was just not insulating. So a friend came around today who knows a lot more about starter motors than I do, solved it pretty quickly, so we're done. And so yeah, we're now rolling on. Well, it's the next morning now. I think so. Got a few things put on the body yesterday. Got some of the mounts put on for the hood, glove box. But most importantly, got all the cabling and everything done under here. So what I'm going to do today is, first thing is, get the battery hooked up and basically want to see if there's any, just check for oil pressure. Then what I'm going to do is, we're going to get it timed up, and after that, radiator does need to come out. We are, I don't know if you recall, had the double pulleys. Well, we may have sorted out a single pulley setup for it now, so I need to get that crank pulley back off. And we should be able to get the water pump switched over in the next day or so. So yeah, I know we were going to leave the double pulley on it, but you know, we've been able to locate everything, so we may as well put it on. Alternator, I keep calling the damn thing an alternator. The dynamo, the generator, that I'm not sure yet. It is actually all bolted up, but it was set up to match with the double pulleys. So when we go to the single one, I might have to readjust the spacing and everything on it to get it to line up, but that's okay. Like I said, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stick a battery on so we can spin the engine over, and I want to see if we're getting oil pressure reading on that gauge. So let's get to that straight away. Okay, so give you a leg over there. Let's give this a shot, see if we've got any oil pressure. Oh yeah, that's what we want. Fantastic. So we now know we've got cranking pressure. So we can now start. Let's get this timed up. Okay, so we are making progress. That there is the fuel line, ran under the vehicle all the way around to the fuel filter here. So that's it right there. Still got the line to go down from here down to the, where's that, just there. That's the pickup for the actual carb feed. Now, got the pipe down to here, but we don't have the bit that goes in between, so at least I haven't been able to find it yet. I've still got a couple of more boxes of stuff to go through. So yeah, it may be there, it may not, but either way we'll figure something out. I do, however, I don't know what I've done with them, but I do have some pieces of pipe that I might be able to use temporarily with just a piece of rubber in. But anyway, other than that, we've also got all the ground straps in, and I think you can see that one down there. It's actually longer than it should be, but that's the only one we could get. So, you know, as with a lot of other things on this, it's what we can get. So, yeah. I think what I'm going to do next is, let's see, got the distributor and everything hooked up. I think I'll just go around and test all the grounds, just making sure everything works before I go any further with anything else. So, yeah, I think that's the thing to do right now, is just make sure we've got grounds on everything. So, yeah, here we go. We have an interesting dilemma, let's just call it. Got the fuel sender unit in, the tank is basically ready to go in, except for one little issue. I cannot find out where the ground goes. Now, fuel sender unit. Basically, 12 volt goes to the gauge, and then the negative from the gauge goes to there. That is basically a variable resistor inside of there, and when the float goes up and down, it changes the resistance. Now, that float, that resistance, is connected to this plate here, which then needs to ground off somewhere. I don't know where. It needs to make a circuit to be able to, basically just varies the resistance, that alters the voltage and makes the gauge go up and down. But we need a path for this to ground. So what I'm thinking is it comes off one of these screws here, but where does it go to on the body? One place I can think of is here. Now, problem being, I did go and take a look on the other Jeep. The other Jeep does not have that ground on, and I do know that that other Jeep also has an issue with the fuel gauge not working. So, is that where it grounds to or not? I think I'm going to have hit the books, have a quick look online, see what I can discover. I don't even recall seeing another ground strap in here. The only ones I've got left are those two down there, which belong to the headlights, and I think there's another two somewhere for the rear lights, and then that's it. That's all of the ground cables used up. So yeah, I'm going to have a bit of a look around in here, see what we can find. Okay, so we're sitting here looking at the computer. That is what I need. It goes from the metal fuel line to the firewall, and that's the ground that I need for that gas tank, for that sender unit. So yeah, I knew there had to be something somewhere, so I'm sitting on Jeep parts at the moment going through all of their kits. Now, I'm pretty sure we do not have this. I haven't seen anything like this anywhere in that wiring harness we have, so I'm going to start having a bit of a dig around, see if I can find anything that will work. So that strap we were looking at, this pipe here connects to the bottom of the fuel tank. That then comes all the way around here to this fuel filter. That's it there. Now, it appears, I think it goes on down there somewhere and then bolts to the body. Now, I've gone through all of this harness kit and I can't find it. So, gotten online, can't get one. They're on back order. So, got to come up with an alternate solution, and I'm thinking, this is what I'm thinking. May not be a good idea, but it is an idea. So I've got a couple of these straps here like this. What I may do is remove that end there, put an end on where I can put it through a screw, and that will allow me to put the tank in place, basically take it from the centre unit there and maybe bolt it to the body onto one of the seat mounts or something like that. That's the theory. That is the basic theory. So what I've got to do is figure out where I can actually do this. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop the tank in temporarily and then just, yeah, figure it out from there. Okay, so that's the tank sat into place. What we're looking at is something bolt hole, is it? We've got a couple of bolt holes here, one there. So if that was sat there, something like that, and came up to this sender unit here, that'll give us a good enough earth. I mean, it should do anyway. So I'm going to have a bit play around with that, just see what we can manage to do, and then yeah, we'll take it from there. Well, we had some major storms yesterday, so to be honest, I just packed up. I pushed her inside here and just packed everything away. Did get most of the handbrake, well, I got the handbrake cable, like the parking brake, mounted. Cable is run through here now. Speedo cable is also run through. Only thing is, I seem to be missing a little bracket from there. Got to figure out what that is and have it go through all the boxes. This is one of the issues with picking up somebody else's project. It's just, as you're putting things together, you're looking for stuff, you're going through all the boxes, and yeah, sometimes stuff just isn't there. So, but anyway, we did get the tank all sorted out. It's just ready to bolt in today. Well, I think what I'm probably going to do first is, I've got the engine roughly timed. What I'm going to do is, may as well get a battery on it, throw some fuel down its neck and see if it'll fire up. So, yeah. We're moving along there. Right. So, I've been round the electrical system, just testing a few things, just making sure everything's kind of where it's meant to be. And we're not getting any sort of funky dead shorts or anything like that. So, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to get the engine back onto top dead center, check the static timing on the distributor. It is 0 degrees on this, so that's where I'm going to start, and then I'm going to kick it over and see if we get any spark. So yeah, it's that time is finally here. Okay, so I have a small amount of 2-stroke oil here. The reason I'm starting it on that is just to give everything a bit of lubrication and you know, just to get things kind of, yeah, well, lubricated. So I'm going to put, just see if we can get some down the tube there. Oh, too much. Perfect. Oh well. Let's get the ignition on, and see if we can get it to do something. Right, ignition is on. No throttle or anything, I just wanted to. Oh, hell yeah! Wait a minute, let me just move that pulley there. Yeah, she is a bit smoky, but that's okay. Okay, I've probably got no fuel left there. That is fantastic though. That is really, really made me happy today. Let's put a little bit more in. And let's give her another blast. Hey! That's all right. Remember, I did put some ATF down the cylinders as well, so yeah. Hell yeah. Yep, that is well worth it. That is just, yeah. What can I say? That engine, as far as we are aware, has not run since around 1990. And this has been in pieces for, well, forever. So, to hear her just kick off like that, yeah, that is a good day. Okay, so been delving a little bit deeper into the history of this engine. And it was rebuilt in France in 1988. And as far as we're aware, this is the first time it's actually been run. Yeah. Hey, maybe I should start getting into revival videos. I must admit, I would like to do that. It's just, I've spent so much time here, I don't really have time to go out and start reviving things. But, yeah, so, anyway, next step, bottom pulley, get that changed over, get the alternator lined up, dynamo. Get the dynamo lined up correctly. We do have a proper battery for this. Well, when I say we have a proper battery, the correct one is on order. So, should have that in the next week or so. But, we've got this one here. It works. So, but, yeah, I mean, now I'm just going to start buttoning things up. Obviously, I need to get these cables hooked up. Still need to find whatever bracket it is that goes on the back of this parking brake. Like I say, it's something just in there, so yeah, I need to figure that out, find out what that is. Get the speedo cable hooked up. It does work. I stuck a drill on it the other day just to be sure the gauge and everything works fine. And hell, why not? We may as well start putting the fender on this side. Do have to take the one back off on the other side, mainly because the fender welt, it basically goes down there. I know a lot of people go and put it in, but we thought we would, given that we've actually been able to find some. So, yeah. Got that bottom pulley changed back over. Don't know how well you can see down there, but the dynamo lines up with it nicely. So don't need to mess around with that. So I'm going to take this battery off, drop those cables under the vehicle. Basically I need to find out where they go, and still cannot find that bracket for the back of the parking brake where it comes through the bulkhead, so still need to figure that one out. But I may as well, we're at that point where I may as well go ahead and put this fender on. So yeah, let's get to it. We have a fender. She's starting to look the part, that's for sure. So got that lower pulley changed. Do not have water in the radiator yet because that water pump does have to come back off again, so you know, no point in filling it up just to drain it back out again. We're not going to be running it anyway. Still got to get the fuel tank hooked up. We need that line that goes from here down to the pickup for the fuel pump. So yeah, we need that first, and then you know, and also an exhaust system. We've got the front pipe. We don't have a muffler yet. It may just get a generic muffler for the time being. We've got a couple kicking around here that we can use, so you know, it's at least it'll get it finished and on the road. I may as well hook up the gas tank, at least do this side of it anyway. I might just possibly, maybe even get the passenger seat in. I know. Oh, still got to screw this on, the horn button. Actually got to find a horn for it first, so I might do that before I get into sort of putting seats or anything in. But let's get this side finished, and then yeah, we can decide what to do after that. Okay, so I'm working on the gas tank at the moment and just figuring out how it goes in. So what I've come up with is, it looks like these guys, there's two of them, one long, one short. He goes into there like that. One of these long ones, where are we at? I just flipped my phone. Oh, it doesn't matter. One of these long ones go from there, and then comes across the tank, and there's a bolt through there. Got to figure out the bracket for this one here. But I think that's basically how it goes anyway. So we have the felt kit that goes on the bottom, and I assume the sides of the gas tank. I need to flip it upside down and just kind of figure out where this all sticks on, so yeah, do. Okay, so I haven't been able to find out any real information on where these felt tabs go, these felt insulators. So I've just been playing around with them, and this is what I've come up with. Obviously it could be wrong, so you know, but two there. The two longest ones on here, then the two medium length ones there for the two shortest ones at the front. So yeah, like I said, I'm not sure if this is correct, but it does seem like, you know, that's where logic dictates. That's where logic dictates to me they should go. So you know, so if you're doing one of these and you're having the same issues, that's what I've done with them. The other thing that I am doing right now is trying to get this fuel line hooked up to the tank. So what I've done is I've slid a piece of wood under there, and I can get my hand in there, and hopefully should be able to feed that pipe up to the tank. That's the theory anyway. Let's see if it works out that well. So that plan failed. So I've set the tank back into place. I'm going to see if I can get my hand in from underneath and just screw it in from under there. So wish me luck. Well, you can see that, but it sticks out just enough to get the fitting in, and then I'm going to get onto it with this. Anyway, you get the idea. So yeah, it's not a good fit, but it fits. Yeah, I've tried moving the tank, and the tank is in there solid. There is just no leeway whatsoever. So yeah, you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is, and we can actually get the fuel line in, so it's a win. Well, there we go. That's it for another day. Seat is just sat in there. I need to take a look at the other Jeep to see exactly how it all bolts up, but so I've just sat it there for tonight. And yeah, I'm happy with today. This has been a good day. Admittedly, I am tired now. It's just after 5, and I've been on with this since about 6:45 this morning. So yeah, it has been a pretty damn long day, but a fruitful one, you know. So yeah, that's it for tonight. I'm going to lock this place up, take a shower, and relax in front of Netflix for a while. So yeah, I will be back tomorrow. What's up, guys? So it's the next morning again, and first things first, I'm going to get this hood sanded. Got that painted this morning. We've got some of these little bits around the Jeep painted, such as the trailer doodah thing there. It's a technical term, by the way. Probably get this fender washed down, get the other one cleaned down, get everything cleaned down off the top of the Jeep, everything around the glove box, just so I can get all these colours even, these various shades of green evened up. Don't know how well it shows up on camera. I think I pointed this out in one of the other videos, but it's a different batch of, the tub is done in a different batch of paint to the rest of the front fenders and everything, so they are slightly lighter. And what I want to do is I just want to give a quick coat of paint there just to get it all nicely evened. So also I need to paint these straps on the gas tank because again, different shade of green. And yeah, that is today's plan. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is move the transit over a little bit, just so I can get some light onto this hood, get some sunlight on it because it's got morning dew on it, and I want to dry it off a little bit. So without further ado, let's get on with it. Okay, so I've got this sanded and washed down. I'm going to hit it with a tack cloth, get all the dust off, then prime it. Then we'll be on, get some top coat mixed up, and we'll get all these bits blasted as well. When I am doing a big section like this, what I like to do is any little bits that are left over, like these, anything that's left in the gun, I like to just use it up on them. Then that way, not wasting paint, and it's getting those painted down. Usually by the time they're ready to go on, they've been hit a few times, and you know, nice few layers of paint built up on them. So, but this is the current batch. So yeah, well, got the hood primed. First coat of paint on it, and she's looking okay there. And hit all of these little guys over here as well. So they need to be taken off, flipped around and hit again, but you know, we're doing okay there. Same thing with that, where are we at? I can't see for the sun. There we go. That trailer socket on the back, again, it still needs to be hit again. And of course the glove box over there, we've got that. So yeah, not too bad. We're certainly rolling along there. I am just realised that I am missing a plate. Where has that gone? It's in red oxide, and it should be over that lever down there. Where the hell's it gone? I'll have to have a look for that. That's been on there all this time, and I left it there because I knew it needed to be painted. And yeah, gonna have to have a look around for that. I don't know what's happened to it. So we've hit that with a second coat. So we'll get that nice and dry. Found that ring, there it is down there. Everything on here is given a second coat. Headlamps, found those, I've forgotten about them. But they've got the first coat on, the other one's there. So trailer socket, I've done that again, and glove box, I've hit that over there again. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give this a good 30 minutes to flash and tack up, and come back, and I'll probably hit it with one more coat and then call it good. The hood, I probably won't hit that again. Once that's on the vehicle, as I said earlier, I want to hit the entire vehicle again just to even everything up. Just one coat, one very light coating over the entire vehicle, and that should pull everything together. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to grab some lunch, but while all of this is just doing its thing, I'll get on with the driver's seat, start getting that sanded a bit more, and then we'll figure it out from there. I believe we have a Jeep. Now, the hood does need a little bit of fixing, and but yeah, and it really does not sit there well at all. I wonder, could this be a slightly narrower tub? No, everything on the front fits, so I don't know, I'll have to have a look at the other Jeep, but we have a hood on there anyway, so it's, yeah, it is starting to come along. Anyway, got the rest of these painted. Hit the lights and everything again, and as you can see, I've got the seats out, and yeah, got the first coat of paint. That one there has already had several coats, but all I'm doing is just matching the paint up again. But this one has had its first coat of paint on it, so yeah, I'll leave this to sit a little while, and then we'll get back to doing whatever we have to do to them. More paint, I think. More paint, I guess. Okay, so we're in the shop. Let's go and take a look at the hood on this Jeep here. Yeah, it's still... Why are we getting so much light hitting the camera? Oh, whatever. Anyway, yeah, it's still not the greatest fit. It's better than the one that's on the other Jeep, but yeah, I mean, definitely get my hand in under there. Well, I guess we're going to have to do a little bit of tweaking. So, well, that answers that question. Well, guys, gotta say, this has been a good week. Got a lot done to the old girl, and more than anything, got her started, got that engine to fire, and at least we know she sounds good, she's going to work. So I am going to call it for this video. Got a lot of footage there, I need to get that all edited down. So yeah, next week, well, it's basically just gonna get in, maybe do the brakes, obviously get the pedals in, and yeah, it's just more assembly. So again, thank you for watching. Do apologise for the lateness of this video, but we're back on track now. So yeah, take care, hit that like button, and come back and see me sometime. Have a good one.